Alright, now that I have a teeth in place, I can kind of define these gums a little bit more. I'll over exaggerate these a little bit and then smooth them. Oops. Which leads me to my next topic, freezing. So sometimes if you're worried about, like I'm still working on the teeth, but if you're worried about that area, you can go in here and paint a freeze. And basically what that does is it keeps the detail in those areas without screwing it up if you're going above that. So painting blue equals freeze, and then holding control will allow you to unfreeze it. I don't know if I'll actually be using it too much right now, but I wanted to show it to you because it is really helpful. If you want to make like some changes, like let's say the gums really do overlap the teeth quite well, you can take the grab tool now and kind of do one of these numbers. And then you can work on these without worrying about too much of the damage that could occur on the teeth. Tone my wax down quite a bit here. Now if I tone it down too much, it flattens out things. Just kind of know that. If you see a flattening occurring, so I'm trying to put in some of these, or over exaggerate some of these folds in here. Gives it detail. Pushing in the mesh every once in a while. In most cases I'm just going to be taking and smoothing it out, but when it smooths out, it at least has surface detail, and that's what's important about it. Trying to over exaggerate things right in this area. This is the hard part for me as an instructor, because really it's called I stop, they stop. So if I stop at a certain detail level, sometimes I get experience they stop at a certain detail level. Just kind of know what I can do on a video would bore the heck out of you, the amount of detail. So I wouldn't be going that far. Pretty soon I'm just going to cut loose and say, hey, you know, this is what I'm looking for as far as the base is concerned, and you should explore some more detail on it. It's your portfolio, not mine. So right there, see how, like, just that right there, if you just add some detail as far as texture is concerned, it makes it so much better. Now I have something to look at. It's got surface noise. So you can start seeing it, you know, it's starting to read right here more than it read before. And that's what I'm trying to express when I say, hey, you know, you should make it so it reads more at a closer level. Now see those dots right there? If you take your spacing down, because right now I don't have any stamps, but Mudbox doesn't know that. And holding shift to tone back the amount of detail. So I'm really just trying to hit those higher areas, some contrast. And sometimes I'll use it fully, sometimes I'll tone it back. Sometimes I just make it for surface noise. Now I'm really working this front a lot. That way I can kind of show you the whole detail process without doing the whole skull in front of the video. So maybe I'll detail the ever-living crap out of this front, and that way you see it without doing all this. Like the other thing I might say is, you know, if you're doing the ripples at the very top of the skull, I use the sculpt brush and with that fall off right here, I do one of these numbers. And then I use a pinch brush to pinch it together. And sometimes you don't want to pinch it too much with these. But big broad pinch. Lots of distance. And you can see that works out quite well. So when you get in that type of detail, that's where I go with that. Okay, now let's say I want to make surface noise a little bit more in this area. Let's do that in the next video, but we'll make it so I can read it to about right here now in the next video.